How to draw hands. Okay, this is a weird explanation, but this is how I do it. Let's imagine a hand from like the top first, obviously. I'd say roughly the shape is like that. But imagine it's more of a flatty line here, and this is where the middle of your hand would be. Imagine these little circles here, I suppose. Roughly about there. And then maybe draw a line up to here and put a little curve like that so they're not too extended. And then just put lines like that. And we'll get to the thumb in a sec. Now with these, you just sort of like... They're not perfect, obviously. Now with the thing with the finger next to it, there's this little line that goes like this into the hand. At least for what I see. And then you just sort of like curve up, curl it, go back down, and then just do that. Sort of do it again. These are obviously very cartoony looking sausage hands. And you put another line there. You can obviously add little details to son of a bitch, it's like 4 fingers. Don't worry. The point of this is that you can fix it later to make it better. But I didn't follow this line, but you know, the circles kinda helped. With the thumb, when you fold your thumb like towards your hand, you know, if it was like that, the thumb should go no higher than where these little circles would be. Essentially, it wouldn't go past the joint. So you would sort of like put it there and curve out like that. And maybe like this. Don't forget, this thumb is shit, but bear with me. And then sort of like imagine a little bump here. And then it's a very curved hand, but yeah, that's a hand. Then you get rid of the fucking guides that you used. Sort of like that. And if you so desire, add detail. I add whenever. That thumb doesn't look like it belongs to that hand, but this is a hand. Now you're probably thinking, well, how the fuck do you draw it from another angle then? Well, this is how I do it. Again, this is just how I do it. So the thing with hands, say like it's, you want it to be pointing towards someone. Now a hand is obviously not flat, it's like 3D. So imagine like this is the shape of the hand coming towards you, like from the front. And then you, once again, put the circles kinda on it. And then you just add like a little bit more of a shape. These are like the knuckles. They're not perfect. Usually with the hands forward, there's a line underneath, usually indicating the bottom of the finger. And usually these end up very cartoony or fucking broken. But then you sort of like angle them out like that. That's a horrible one. And then you do that. Usually this one might come up to a little point like that. It might look horrible. You can change it if you so desire. Try to keep the fingers like as close as possible so they're not too spaced out. You could, like, as I said, I fix things later usually. And this other thumb comes out. The thumb at the side will be harder. So you do it like that. You do. The best reference is your own hand if you're not like one to fucking draw it from memory, like myself. So I roughly do that. And then usually there's like a little bump there. And then shit. And then once again, you can just sort of, usually it comes out like a little triangle, you just sort of smoothed out afterwards. And the thumb usually, well, it usually tends to look like a this angle sometimes, but sometimes it can also be that angle. It'll be weird. You should really just keep trying until you fucking get it right. And then, you know, that looks like a hand coming from the front. It would obviously look better if there was a drawing associated with it, rather than just fucking sitting there as a bare fucking hand. Like do 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 do. Add the little thumb. Oh, that's a horrible thumb. It'll do. And then people usually do one of like these to the bottom of the hand to indicate a palm. And then what I usually do is I freehand it slightly, then fix it later. Usually I start with a thumb. Ugh. And then maybe like a finger. Goes like that. And then for like clenched hands, you tend to go for like a little shape like that. And then you just sort of like try to add the fingers afterwards. That also looks like shit, but you know. Pinkies tend to be quite tucked when you're doing a folded hand like that. They do sort of like a hand like this. It's a big fucking finger, but you know. And then you just add a fucking smiley. And then you've got a complete drawing. Little detail on your mouth. Nah. He's giving some sass. Ay ay ay. That's how I usually do things.